Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're a first time watcher, glad to have you here. If you're a returning favorite, welcome back. Wow, where did the year go? It is the end of 2018. So, instead of, it's been a wild ride, a wild year, with candle stuff. So, instead of doing like a top 5, best and worst for each company, just because I did not have the time to do that this holiday season with 2 kids, and it's just a madhouse with everything. So I decided to do a like a recap, a year in review of a few companies: Yankee Candle, Bath and Bodyworks, HomeWorx, and then of course Goose Creek. I'm gonna put them in there as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about something. I have a bunch of candles here. I don't have every candle I'm going to talk about, and I don't want to make this video long. I really don't, because I don't want to waste, your time. I'm not wasting your time, but you're watching because you want to watch it, right? But I just don't want to keep going on and on about 2018, because there's so much I could talk about. And I'm not going to talk about what happened in the candle community drama-wise related to different candle companies. I'm going to mainly focus on the companies and the products themselves. So that is where my mindset is going into this video. And if I go off on a tangent, I probably won't. But anyhow, so let's start with good old Yankee Candle, right? So they came out, spring candles came out, right after some annual sale in January or so, and kind of a blah. A couple cents we had from them. Well, actually, let's back up here. So winter semi-annual sale started right after Christmas, and they had some pretty good returning favorites. They had tulips, they had spring days. Certain stores had daffodils, certain stores had wild pansies, and certain ones had the fresh comfort. All really good, unique scents that we don't see every year. I think Greenhouse was out there. Really unique. And, well, this year, quite the opposite. So anyhow, not talking about this year. So they had some really good, unique ones. They had a tiered promotion most of the time, where it was like 1 for 18 or 1 for 16, 2 for 36, 3 for 45, 5 for 50, whatever. That was back then. Not this year. I digress. So there were some good ones there. We had the spring preview. Spring preview, what they did last year was, instead of coming out in the small tumblers, what they came out in these weird vessels. And they were $12, I think is what the deal was on these. And they had no lid. They just came with the paper on it there. They burn horribly. So they did not burn well. Even though the wicks were the ones that opened up, they didn't burn too well there. But some of the spring preview scents and some of the good spring scents that I liked was Early Spring Bloom right there. I actually liked Sweet Nothings, believe it or not. I actually really did enjoy that one. A couple of the other ones that were, to me, kind of blah. Life's a Breeze, pretty much like a teakwood type cologne scent going on there. Color Me Happy, lovely wax color, lovely label. Smelling nothing like a flower, is more fruity, kind of like peach mango salsa, if you ask me. Rainbow Cookie, some love it, some hate it. I don't think there's any in between on there. Very conceptual in that it didn't smell like a cookie. It was very fruity, as far as, like, I think it was really heavy on the peach note, and like a stone fruit quality there. Speaking of which, Peaches and Cream came out. That was very creamy, a very peachy, creamy beverage type fragrance. Apricot drenched, sun-drenched apricot rose, more along the lines of an apricot than a flower. Kind of mixed very nicely, not too shabby. Wildflower Blooms, I dug it. I like it. I still have a unburned jar of it upstairs. That came out later on in the spring there. Powdery, a powdery scent there. That was the theme for Yankee this year, I think. A lot of their scents were very powdery, like Sweet Nothings was powdery. Wildflower Blooms was powdery. Calm and Quiet Place, that came out in the spring, that was very powdery. Holiday Lights came out for Christmas, powdery. Tranquil Mist in the fall, powdery. So it's like they like that little delicate powdery note going on there. And of course for St. Patrick's Day they came back out with Emerald Isle. Love that. Very lovely green grassy grapefruit type scent. And then Lucky Shamrock came back as a returning favorite. It was a popular one for everyone there. And while they were at it, Yankee went back into Target. I don't know if you saw my video. I'll probably link it down below. I just gotta remember all this stuff. I do have an iPad full of notes here, and like I was typing out, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about. They came out with a color play collection where basically they had 5 different vessels, I think. This was the largest one, 12 ounces. And it was very simple, just the simple, soft wax. This one just says Bright. This one was actually the coconut water, I think is what they called it, from it was from overseas, from UK, and never came wide in the US except for in this collection. And then they had the iridescent vessels, which are very nice. Really dig these. They're not labels. This is actually iridescent glass. Bold is Midsummer's Nights. I like it in small doses. So that was at Target. Like I said, they had a whole bunch of different vessel options there, from $7 to $20, I think it was, or something like that. But I'll link that below. So then we went to Easter, and it was good Easter. It was a good Easter. We had Peeps. We got rid of jelly beans. I'm not a huge fan of jelly beans, so I was okay with that. Happy Spring came back. They came out in these really cool Easter egg vessels too. Really, really neat. They threw well, believe it or not. I have all 3 of them. It came out in white chocolate. Was it Happy Easter? No. Easter cake? I don't know what it was. I think it's Happy Easter. The pink one, that came back, which is basically like a coconut cake there in this vessel. So good, so good. But their accessories for Easter were the best. Can you see the little bunny back there? You see him? Where is he? Right there. That was a tea light holder. They had a tall bunny. Their Easter accessories were so good. And that was like the peak of accessories for Yankee in 2018. They went downhill from there. They were unique. They were not like the typical metal cut, die cast, silver gold nonsense. It was blue iridescent. There was a bird's nest little thing there. Well, not iridescent, but opalescent. Had an opalescent finish on it there. Very nice. Good stuff there. No summer. We got no summer here in the United States. UK got a couple summer scents. Warm Desert Sands, I think it was called. Tropical Jungle. The coconut one I talked about. And the other one, Misty Mountains. Really cool label, cool wax color. They also got raindrops in a large jar. We got raindrops in this silly thing right here at semi-annual sales. These are coming out for $5. So my theory on raindrops was this was supposed to come out for a spring preview because it's in the exact same vessel, same look as everything. But for whatever reason, it got dropped and never came out, because I have a picture. If you look at my raindrops video, once again, if I remember, I will link that down below. I found a picture online, a stock photo from Yankee, that has all of the spring preview candles in it, then also includes raindrops. So my theory on that was I think raindrops kind of got dropped at the last minute for whatever reason. I don't know. But I know even before semi-annual sale, summer semi-annual sale, these were popping up. Because this is at, well, this is an 18 pour. But there was one I had that was a 17 pour. So I think that's where our discrepancy is there. Fall. it was a forgettable fall. I mean, Luscious Pumpkin Trifle, nice scent. Generic pumpkin-y scent, pumpkin bread scent going on there, very nice. Very weak on the throw in this candle, but it filled the room. So you walked in there and you're like, oh, there's a nice little bakery note going on there. Filled the room, very nice. Then we had Autumn Pearl. Once again, it was a powdery kind of scent there. Powdery vanilla orchid going on there. We had that pear flambe scent, which I do have back there, and I can see that in the cabinet at the bottom. I don't know why I'm showcasing that off, but pear flambe, not my thing. Blue Twilight Storm came out as like a special one later on, which is essentially a repackage of City Lights from last year in Yankee's New York flagship store, pop-up store they had in New York City. Candle Power, basically a repackage of that. Honestly, I forget the other fall stuff. I have nothing else here from the fall from them. Tranquil Mist was horrendous in my opinion, did not like it. Accessory-wise, okay, not too bad. Now, Halloween. And I don't have any of my Halloween stuff up here because I put it all away, and this is not feel like dragging all of it out. Halloween, very bad year for Yankee Candle. I think everyone will agree. There's some stuff still hanging out at semi-annual sale. Right now, I saw a bunch of Bony Bunch the other day. I did pick up one thing. I picked up that tea light holder that had like the 2 tea light things inside. Looks like a hurricane. I picked that up, but you know, I saw a bunch of Witch's Brew in the frosted medium jar. A lot of Sweet Seduction in the ceramic and full size. If I had seen the Witch's Brew in that ceramic for like $3, I would have picked it up or two. Witch's Brew did change a little bit this year. I think it changed, scent-wise. I think it changed. But their accessories were abysmal. Bony Bunch, horrible. Hopefully they have a better year next year, because they got a lot of pushback across all forms of social media. Their Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, everything. Us reviewers, us vloggers. I bought nothing on the first day of the party. The only thing I purchased was, and it was an exchange. It was the full-size Witch's Brew, which that label is very nice. They did the label on Witch's Brew on the house warmer jar perfect. So I need to speed this up. Christmas, forgettable. Forgettable, nothing good, in my opinion. Frosty Gingerbread, okay. Sundress of Bayberry Leaves, okay. Nothing, knock your socks off. Okay, Bath & Body Works. Bath & Body Works, horrible labels going into the spring. Everything was text labels. And we all complained, and they started to deliver. Basically, spring was kind of, as it was, standard there. It really picked up at summer semi-annual sale when we had, they dipped into the Slatkin Vault. They brought back Summertime Soda Pop, brought back Root Beer Float with these labels. And this is where Bath & Body Works finally started to turn that corner. And we were all kind of skeptical if they were going to fully do it, if it was like a little tease. But they went full on. Going into the fall. Spring, fall test candles came out in like June, I think it was. Maybe even late May. They went good. We have the Great Outdoors is one of the memorable ones. Pumpkin Patch, which is a throwback, a returning scent from the Slacken & Co. era Pumpkin Patch. What else do I have in my notes here? Even the summer candles were pretty good. Watermelon Ice, as far as the labels go, I wasn't a fan of the scent, but the labels were the 360-degree wraparound. We had Pumpkin Patch, Return, Great Outdoors, a bunch of other other things for the fall. I just don't remember. I don't have time to remember, but some really good ones. Different collections. Autumn Trail was another good one that came out. So a lot of returning scents, made a lot of people happy. That was kind of like opening the door to the return. And then the full return came at Christmas time. They went all out. And honestly, we have HomeWorx to thank, I think, for Bath & Body Works going all out, because HomeWorx came out in 2017 and everyone was like, oh, these are so much nicer. They're by Harry Slatkin, the labels, everything. And Bath & Body Works was just giving us like, will you accept this rosé? And like, I want a unicorn for Christmas as the label. So we have HomeWorx to thank, I think, in part for that. Also, all the complaints and everything by us and the consumer, us vloggers, things like that. All of those issues, complaints, I thank for that as well. And so, like I said, Christmas time, like right here I have Ooey Gooey, or I just have Gooey Marshmallow, just to show off. Good one there. A couple other standouts for me. Crushed Candy Cane, I had it in the White Barn one. Apparently the one in this collection smelled off kerosene a couple times and whatnot. And then Balsam and Firewood, another standout for me as well. Candle Day, wow, oh my gosh. They were not prepared for this at all. Talk about a rush. I mean, we've seen lines we've never seen before for $8.95 Candle Day. A couple things notable for that. The Buzz collection, French Baguette came back, all the rage. Fresh Bamboo, Party Dress, Gelato. Spring test candles went on pretty early this year. They're pretty much all nationwide at this point. They tested maybe for 2 weeks, and that's about it. SAS. Y'all know what's going on with SAS right now. It's just, there's no inventory anywhere. All right, let's run over to HomeWorx. What a year HomeWorx had, guys. They came off an amazing 2017 Christmas season. And mind you, I did not get into HomeWorx until spring of 2018. I had seen the stuff from Christmas 2017, and then, like many others, I was turned off by the price. And Doug, actually over at Hall and Wax, he purchased something we were talking. I think he purchased the gazebo set first. And he was like, damn, dude, you gotta try this. So I waited until I found a set that I like, because I wasn't really into the tropicals in January. He purchased that set, so I waited and waited and waited, and out came the citrus duo of Clementine Blossom and Citrus Garden Mint. Amazing duo. I picked up 5 sets total, I think, after all said and done, and that got me hooked. So I started buying. And then the 3 wicks were burning great. Performance was amazing. The only issue that a lot of us had was it took a while to pull out, because they're 18 ounces. Actually, here's one right here. Climbing Clematis. So they are larger than Bath & Body Works candle by a good amount. So three wicks and 3 wicks. So obviously the pull time on one of these was a lot longer. So we came home from work, you couldn't just light it and let it enjoy it, basically. So Harry went into the off season, because he stopped shipping on May 15th, went into the off season, and everything from the fall on came out in 4 wicks. And actually, this is the special edition, one of the special edition vessels for the 3 wicks. This was lotus flower, very good. No issue on the burn on these. So then we get into the fall, and we're 4 wicks, and a couple of us received PR packages in the summertime of the TSV, and we reviewed them and we burned them, and maybe we should have burned them all the way down. I don't know, but I'm not getting into that. But long story short, the 4 wicks, they've been very hit and miss performance-wise. So some of them are dudding out, some of the flames are going out, mind you. They just haven't performed as well. The scents have been there, good quality scents, and also another change from spring to summer is, spring to fall and Christmas is now every scent comes in a pair of 2 of the same. Whereas before you got 2 scents, 1 and 1. So you got 2 candles and 2 different scents there. I'm kind of up in the air which way I like. I'm leaning towards I kind of like the old way better. But I found ways of trading with the duos there. So you can trade other folks, talk to them, say, hey, you know, I don't really like this. You have this, you want to trade. That way you get 1-on-1. Yeah, it sucks to pay for shipping because shipping 2 candles from here to cross country cost me like $17. Whereas with QVC, you pay $5. So I'd rather pay the $5 from QVC than pay an extra $17 to ship 2 candles because they are so heavy. The special edition vessels changed this year. They're the hobnail glass. You can use this as a lid right there. So good sense. Some good sense there. Performance issues aside, there was some good sense there, some good figurals, things of that nature. I'm in no means trashing HomeWorx. I really enjoy the product. But in all fairness, in all honesty, there are certainly some issues there, and I know Harry realizes it. And I know going into spring, they have made changes. So they have made what looks to be a wick change and a minor formulation change. There's been some video evidence posted out there of the new 4 wicks, the spring 2019 4 wicks, burning all the way down, no issue. So I know they're doing a lot of testing there, so bravo to HomeWorx for recognizing an issue that your customers have noticed and going and quickly remedying that for the spring. Also for the spring, HomeWorx is also going to be on HSN. So QVC and HSN are the same company. I'm not sure how that's going to work or whatever, but long story short, HomeWorx, that's it. I know everybody loves to, you either love HomeWorx or you hate it. There's really no middle ground, I don't think. And rightfully so. I mean, if you're spending $50 for a pair of candles and they're not performing, you have every right to be upset. You do. And QVC does have a good return policy. Just remember that. If they're not performing well, you can return them and they won't charge you to ship them back. So if you do have issues with HomeWorx candles from QVC or even HSN going forward, they do have a good return policy. And with that, we're going to quickly, am I missing anything here? Quickly run through Goose Creek. Standouts. Well, formula changes here, right? 2018 saw a formula change from Goose Creek. A lot of folks before were complaining of a lot of sooting issues and a chemically smell. Early January 2018, they did a formula change and invited a bunch of us to test the new change there. I tested it in lemon peel, amazing scent. Burned great, no issues there at all. They also changed the label, so they were like the old Yankee Candle square labels. Now they kind of copied the keyhole label. Not really copied, but they made them narrow. So I guess when you're looking at a Yankee and a Goose Creek on the same shelf, you're going to have a little hard time distinguishing which is which. So standouts for the spring, Rainbow Sugar, like a very cotton candy berry scent, and lemon peel, like I said. Fall, Bedtime Stories came back. It was gone for a couple years, came back. Carving Pumpkins, really fresh pumpkin scent, not gourmand, not foodie at all, but very fresh, like you're carving a pumpkin. Very, very fresh there. Halloween, first time in a while, maybe even first time ever they did Halloween. 8 candles came out, and it could not have come at a better time because everyone who was very annoyed and upset at Yankee went over to Goose Creek and said, wow, they have a bunch of new scents with some awesome labels there. I got to review 7 of the 8 there, and standouts for me from Goose Creek, Candy Corn, Pumpkin Patch, Trick or Treat, and Ghost Stories. Some good ones there. Christmas, they did like 6 or 7, I think it was for Christmas. Standouts for me, Gingerbread Lane, although light, great scent, performs much better in the wax melt. Peppermint Whip, and Marshmallow Fudge. And with that, that is going to conclude my year in review for HomeWorx and Yankee Candle, Bath & Body Works, and Goose Creek. Thank you for making it the whole 25 minutes with me. I did not really want to go this long. I did not think I was going to talk 13 minutes about Yankee Candle. But being as Yankee Candle does have a special place with me there, I need to talk about them because they need to make some changes. They need some help, right? They need some help, and we'll see. It's their 50th anniversary in 2019, so hopefully they are going to make those changes. We're going to see some 50th anniversary candles, some throwbacks throughout the decade. Look out for 50th anniversary candle. I'm 90% saying this is going to be called Miracle Flower. And it's going to be like a white jar with like a gold lid. So Miracle Flower, I believe, is going to be the scent. It says Stores Were Scent, scent plug, or scent machine scents in the scent Miracle Flower. And it shows up nowhere else on any of the roadmap, quote unquote, for 2019. So Miracle Flower, I'm saying it. So, all right, guys, so thanks for watching. Have a good new year. And I will be back shortly after the new year with some Bath & Body Works reviews. I got a bunch of stuff. So, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and stay safe. All right, bye.